pivots are really hard, but I'm going to show you a little hip hack that's going to help. So the word pivot strikes fear into the heart of many roller skaters, but as always, we're going to break it down, build it up, so when you are ready, it's going to make that 1 foot balance a little bit easier. Now you may notice that my wheels and laces do not match this evening, which hurts me very much, but I am wearing a softer wheel. These wheels are actually what's considered a hybrid wheel because I like to skate on a slightly harder wheel outside. So these are an 83A, so it'll be quite similar to what you've probably got on your skates. The foundation of this move is the crab, so it'd be great if you can do it 2 feet together, toes, heels, and also where you do it alternating heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. So we're going to use this 2 foot crab and 1 foot's going to go up onto the toe manual. Now bear in mind that the foot that's flat is going to be the one when we're on 1 foot, so make sure this is your dominant foot. Obviously it's great to do both feet, but learning it, stick to the dominant foot. What I'm going to do is I'm here and I'm going to turn this hip out, heel manual. Turn this hip back in, toe manual. Hip out, heel manual. Hip in, toe manual. So that is what's going to help. So you need to work up to being able to do them at the same time. Because I'm doing here, you need to be able to do them both at the same time. So my hip is turning at the same time as this foot. So a lot of this is happening at the hips, but don't forget it also happens at the shoulders. So because I'm an artistic skater, I tend to keep my arms on the line and just use my shoulders here, like that. But if it makes you feel more confident and you need to move your upper body a little bit more, you can. So you can move your shoulders fully if you want to. But do bear in mind that's going to whip it more, but once you get to 1 foot, it's going to be slightly harder to control, which is why I do keep my arms like this. But you can move them more if you're having trouble getting it turning, which I'm having a lot of trouble with these soft wheels. As you feel more confident with this, you can start to think about making this the main leg and taking some weight off this toe manual leg, because remember, we want to lift this up. So as you start to do this, you don't have to be making great big turns. Go back to the idea of the crab where we just make little turns and thinking about the hip, and just start to lift that foot. But you see how I'm still doing the hip movement. Even though the foot's not on the floor, I'm still doing the same hip. So it's hip, 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 hip. So the hip is leading the movement. Nice and still, nice, everything balanced and secure, nice and slow. It hasn't got to be big movements. You see how my foot's turning? That's what's turning my other foot, my hip. When I do this at speed, I will use the leg more. I'll take it further away from my body and I will twist and force the turn with that leg. Now bear in mind, you never want to sort of kick the leg. It always has to be in a controlled fashion. You have to place it. Let me show you, it's easier. So I'm here and it's forcing my turn. So it's almost like I'm using it for balance as well. These pivot turns are definitely exhausting in these softer wheels. It takes me more effort, it's much harder, so I would definitely recommend a much harder wheel if you're going to be trying these. It just makes everything so much easier with that little bit more slip. I'm Katie, but watching Skatie, and I'll see you next time. Bye!